Hey, friends and family from Ronny's Farm to Table. I'm here with Kaiser, and it's about 23 degrees. Feels like 11. We have a slight south breeze coming up, so makes it always feel a little bit colder. But the sun is shining, which is really nice, and lots of things to do today. So let's get to it. Hey folks, welcome in the Berliner room. Actually, what you just heard was not a sound effect that I played on the video. It's actually a speaker system that I have back here that plays continuously thunder and rain sound. I've been reading some articles lately where they say it really helps the mushrooms to start their pinning process. As you remember earlier in the videos, I said if you spank your bags, that's kind of imitating what's actually happening here. The thunder, the rumbling, the earth shaking sound. And my subwoofer down there is able to kind of recreate that so I don't have to run around and spank my bags all the time. So, there's something cool I wanted to show you. On to the next project, huh? Welcome to the Crookston room. Some of my viewers will immediately recognize that little blue box there and saying, that's supposed to be in the Berliner room. And I have to tell you, it's not going to be in the Berliner room anymore. I got this really nice big long table that I found here on the farm. So all of my mixing my wood pellets with the straw and getting them ready for the sauna, or mixing my substrate mix with the grain spawn, is all going to happen on this table now. This is going to be like the dirty room, so the Berliner room is nice and clean. Because I'm doing that also because I have seen now 4 times that if I spend prolonged hours inside the Berliner room, my carbon dioxide level rises. And it rises to a level where it's not very good. It should never go over 1,000 parts per million. Usually when I'm not in it for many hours, it's below 500 parts per million. But if I'm more than 2-3 hours continuously in that room, it usually goes between 800 and 900 parts per million. And all my fans are kicking on, but it's just, I'm a living being. I'm breathing, I'm using oxygen. Sorry. So, having it out here will completely eliminate that future issue. Also, something I wanted to talk about here is my future plans within the next year. What is going to happen to my mushroom business? So we have seen the first batch coming. We are seeing now the second, third, and fourth batch in the game. So what is going to happen for the future? And that's going to be exciting. You see my dad's piano collection here. We are still struggling finding help moving it. Able to move it ourselves is not an option because they're so heavy. I'm able to push them around in this room here, but I'm not able to push them around outside. And most certainly with the snow now, it's going to be tougher. So they move out, and all of this area, starting right next to the garage door, coming up here and going almost to this exit door right here, will become a closed off section, and it will be a dark room. Basically like my dark tent. It's going to have the carbon dioxide pumped into it and all these kind of things, but it's going to be its very own thing out here. However, I have to really well insulate it because of the sauna. When the sauna runs full speed, it's a mess. It gets warm in here. I don't know how we're going to deal with it in the summer yet. I might have to open the garage door, but it will be just fine. It will be just fine. But having this dark room here will really increase my production by a lot, because I can easily fit more than 1,000 bags in that space here if I set it up correctly. Easily. So let's go check over in the Berliner room. Now we are in the Berliner room, as you can see by the flag. And something that will happen here rather shortly after I got the dark room will be that this growing tent will stay a growing tent. This dark tent will become a growing tent. And I'm probably going to buy either 2 more of the same kind, or I will buy a really big one. So not an 8-foot long one, a 16-foot long one, which I will be able to put on the very end here and have those on the edges and maybe one in the middle, whatever the room can handle. The biggest issue that I have in this room is that I have only this outlet here. I could wire maybe another outlet in here, but again, me and electricity are not the best friends, and I don't know enough about electricity to make everything securely nice. So usually I hire somebody, which is the best course of action to do when you don't know what to do. And the issue that I have here is, I have my electricity right here, my little humidifier toad in this corner. It's all a little bit too messy for me, all those cables and all that stuff. So in the future, all of this will change. It will be nicely organized and we will be right on what to do with it. So this whole room, the Berliner room, will become an only growing room in the future. Welcome in the Berliner room. It's time for What's Up, Marsh? Let's check the dark tent, and there's something new happening here when you're not following me on social media. We have 150 bags in the dark tent and 35 bags right now in the growing tent. So overall in the Berliner room, there's 185 bags, which is quite cool, if you ask me. So let's get in our sterile lab outfit, check individual bags, each one in the dark tent, then let's go over in the growing tent. Hold on a second, I have to switch in my super clean outfit. Ka-ching! Here we are in our sterile lab outfit. Let me quickly get my hands disinfected before I touch my rubber gloves. Usually you don't see me doing that. See anything I really touch? Oh, I got a paper cut there. I can feel that. Usually you don't see when I do this part. But the cleaner the better, There's also a chance that I'm going to bring out a couple bags out of this tent here and put it inside the growing tent. I think some of the batch that I planted about 3 weeks ago at the beginning of November. Okay folks, I just grabbed those bags out of the dark tent. Those are ready to go in the grow tent. Here we have the pink oysters, some of the golden oysters, 5 out of 10 bags, 4 out of 10 bags. And back here we have another 5 out of 10 bags that are right at the right stage. Probably within the next 24 hours the others will come along too. So this one was pink oysters, golden oysters, white oysters. And let's go check out what's happening in the growing tent. Whoop, let me come in. Look at that. Probably you remember yesterday there was a big golden oysters back here. I already harvested them and had them for breakfast. I'm my best own customer. It's a curse. Here we have one that's kind of just started up. It is on its, let me check, second flush. It's a second flush back here. Finally, look at that. They're so pretty. Those are the chestnuts, and they're supposed to look like this. There are fuzzies on it. They are completely right. There's no weird thing going on. They look great. Here we have our lion's mane coming again. A nice big cluster. About, well, let's say almost 3 fingers. Wonderful. And otherwise, there's no other growing happening here. Oh, I'm wrong. Down here are some more of the chestnuts. Probably should set them on top so they get the most light exposure. They would love it. Here we have a little guy poking out. Hi there. That must be one of the white oysters. Oh, back there, some activity. I'm wrong. There's activity all over the place here. Not so much on those bags here. All right. What happens on this side? On this side, we have some more chestnuts coming along, and those 2 bags, they are on their way out almost. On the very bottom, there is a little green dot, and it hasn't increased in size yet. I'm keeping a very, very close eye on those 2. How about this one? Yeah, this one has a little bit more here. Look at that. And it's increasing, not much, but it's increasing. So keeping a close eye on them. The moment that they start to grow up here, they're out. They're out. Don't want to deal with any kind of green mold in the tent. All right, that was the update from the grow room. Bye. Well, folks, that's it for today. You can see the sun is going down back there. I got a couple more things I have to do inside. Getting ready for the big Thanksgiving day. I hope you guys invite your family, have some great meals planned out. I was hoping that I could have my mushrooms on your tables for this season, but probably not Thanksgiving. I don't have the production there yet, but most certainly for Christmas. We should be there by Christmas. Have plenty of wonderful, colorful, tasty gourmet mushrooms all over the Red River Valley. All right, folks. The dogs and cats are already inside besides the feral kitty gang. They're scooping around everywhere. So, alrighty. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.